The other time we were talking about the environment, but to understand the environment better is you need to understand the components of environment. One of the components of environment is the atmosphere. This consists of the gases which are in the air from the ground up to the sky, and they consist of oxygen that we breathe, and that is used by the plants to generate their food. It consists of carbon dioxide. It contains of methane, nitrous oxide, and many other gases. And as we shall see later, when we talk about the climate change, when the composition of this atmosphere is affected, or the concentrations, it affects the warming of the earth, and which raises that high temperatures, and that is what we will discuss as climate change. The other component of the environment is the biosphere. Biosphere consists of all living things, including the animals and the plants. For example, we are here in Karura Forest. You can see we are in a nature that has not been destroyed. It is intact, it is natural. And that is what, when we talk about well-conserved environment, we are talking about one of these components of environment, the biosphere, the living things. They are intact in their nature. You can see, for example, these are some of the good species that we can identify here. This one is called Macamia platycalyx, or in Khmer is called Mokema. And then inside there you can see the tall trees, which are called the Albizia gumifera. These species grow where there are streams of rivers, or in the valleys where the rivers are, or in other ones, what we can say is that the riverine side of the river, these Albizia species are very common. Once you see them, then you know that there is a stream or a river around there. If you see clear, if you check clear inside there, you can see a stream of water, very clean water. Albizia species like this are very good in conserving water. The other component of environment is the lithosphere. Lithosphere consists of the rocks, malam, that is non-living things that God created. The other component is the hydrosphere. Hydrosphere consists of water bodies. We can talk about the lakes, the oceans, and the rivers. So in a nutshell, the environment consists of the following components. The atmosphere consists of the air, the hydrosphere, which consists of water bodies, the lithosphere, which consists of rocks and malams, and the biosphere, which consists of the living things. That is the biodiversity, that is trees and the animals. So it's important for us to understand this, so that when we will be talking later about conserving good environment, it means conserving the atmosphere, conserving the lithosphere, conserving the biosphere, and conserving the lithosphere. And when in future also we will talk about climate change and its causes and its impacts on the human existence, then we will be talking about if the environment has been affected, it means these 4 components have been affected. If the environment has been conserved negatively, it means the atmosphere, the biosphere, the hydrosphere, and the rhizosphere have been affected negatively, particularly by human activity. If we talk about environment has been conserved positively, it means that we have been able to conserve our atmosphere, particularly when we come to climate change, reducing what later we are going to call greenhouse gases, and conserving our water towers and our rivers, and then ensuring that even the local areas in our environment are properly conserved with the right species of trees. Yeah. Another aspect of nature, the lithosphere, the rocks. Yeah, the rocks also make beautiful scenarios. This is the cave. You can see how beautiful it is. A cave. We don't know how God made this, but I believe it is the work of God. Eh? We suspect these caves were being used by our great-grandfathers, particularly those who fought for the independence. This is most likely, these are the places the Mau Maus used to come and hide. But you can see the way it is well built. Let me ask you, do you think a human being came and carved this? Or it is the way God created it? Eh? Although also God created in the processes of the harsh processes which made the Rift Valleys, made the lakes, made such caves, all the same, this must be intelligence of God. This is a wonder. You can see this big tree. You can see it with a big root. Eh? Don't you think this reflects the face of God, the intelligence of God, the mind of God? Eh? And unless somebody finds time to come to such places, it is difficult to appreciate that there is a super being. There is a super being living somewhere where we don't understand. Christians call it heaven. Is the one who did all these wonders. If we can appreciate to see the work of God in our nature, then our faith exists and God appreciates our faith. And that's why he says, then whatever we ask in faith, in a Son, it shall be given. May God bless you.